Oh yeah, I didn't show this yet. I had set this up mostly as a test of concept, and that is what I'm calling seed for now, because I don't know what else to call it. Something that functions as a seed box that you would normally think of, although that's not really its purpose in my case. What is it? A dedicated virtual machine for a VPN service that you pay for. And in this case, we're using IPVanish. And if you look under this stuff, in this case, in a lot of these, all like the various, IP anonymizing stuff or torrenting and so on, things that are designed to help protect your anonymity, and the providers don't even keep logs and stuff like this to help protect you, and so on and so on. Usually their software will have some extra features like this kill switch. So what this does is if I disabled this, or if I wasn't connected, then there's no internet access. Right now it's connected, so there's internet access. So having it isolated into a virtual machine allows me to have traffic doing that and nothing else. And nothing else has to be going through the VPN and so on. So that can do its running thing. And I installed qubit torrent in this case. And it goes straight into the NAS as far as where it saves. I just chose qubit torrent because I was helping a roommate figure some stuff out, and there was a feature in here that I'm not using in this case because he had Linux. And guess what? Linux doesn't run this program. There is no version, so you're stuck with bare bones OpenVPN and this and that, and just headaches everywhere needlessly. There is a reason we use Windows for everything, god damn it. The software. Everything just works. But in his case, I discovered that qubit torrent had an advanced setting that allows you to specify an interface. So when you would install a tunnel adapter for OpenVPN in that instance, you would be able to come here and choose whatever the interface is, and it would bind it to that, and then you would hit OK, restart the program. And if the VPN was not connected, then the qubit torrent will not see the internet. It won't be able to transfer any data or anything. It doesn't default back into your regular internet connection because it's only binding to that tunnel interface. And it would show up as something like TUN0. In the case of this virtual machine on Windows, if I wanted to do the same thing, and I don't need to since the software over there is going to do it, is bind it to Ethernet, not Ethernet 0. And the reason I know that is because in network settings, this was the regular network that connected to the internet. And then when I installed the VPN, it added this unidentified network, and it's showing as just under the name Ethernet. So if I wanted to create a kill switch without using the software, I could do it this way as well. But in my case, I'm just going to use their software for this purpose. And this is really just for testing purposes. I don't really have much need for something like this, but it's a fantastic test of concept. And there's another side benefit of this. And check this out. Here is the web user interface. So you can enable it and pick a port and specify a login information and so on and so on. In my case, I don't want to use HTTPS because fuck it. And you can access the web interface without having to give a damn about accessing the VPN itself, or sorry, the VM itself. It runs and that's it. So let's fire up my browser for a second. As you can see, I got a lot of tabs open. Got a lot more video editing to do and scheduling out and stuff. Hey, somebody's commenting on my thing saying great work. People don't normally do a whole lot of commenting. I don't really got a lot of audience, but there it is. And I gave it a static network IP address of .51. There's the port. And there's the interface. And boom. Now I have a tab in my web browser. The same web browser I might be using to run around the internet and download stuff. Let's browse around the internet and download something. Let's say Linux Mint. Since that's the only reason people BitTorrent, right? It's to download Linux ISOs. Where's a torrent? I want a torrent, damn it. Give me a torrent. There. So let's pick one of these. I'm not going to stick with it, but in this case, it looks like it's a .torrent file. So instead of that's the only inconvenience a scenario like this will have, and there might even be a way around it that I don't know, like I haven't researched. But the only inconvenience at the moment, as I've set it up, is you got to copy the link, either the .torrent or the magnet link. Then you go in here and you just click this little chain icon and literally paste and download. And if you can put in the torrent link or the magnet link, and as you can see, it's saving into my NAS drive. Boom. And there it goes, and then it's going through the VPN. How cool is that? And I don't have to worry about my IP being leaked out and this and that, although just if you're browsing it here, you know, people might know what you're downloading, or just the fact that you're browsing this Linux Mint domain or something along those lines, but I don't need to continue this download. I just wanted to show what it looks like. And I can delete it, and also delete it from the hard disk, all through this little web interface. So there's a lot of cool benefits that help do it this way. You don't have to VPN your entire computer just by setting up a little virtual machine on a server like that.